So I came across something on Amazon that I wasn't really expecting. It's not a niche that you hear about often. It's not something that people usually recommend, but when you actually take a look at it, it's actually doing quite well. It has consistent listings, strong demand, and books that keep selling consistently throughout the year. What I found is an unknown KDP niche quietly dominating Amazon. And I'm not gonna go too deep into it just yet, but what makes this niche interesting is that it's not built around trends and viral books. It's built around something people actually need, which usually means that it sticks around year after year. So in this video, I just want to take a closer look at it, what it is, why it's working, and whether it's something that you can realistically create. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, this unknown KDP niche quietly dominating Amazon is actually just a crossword puzzle. But more specifically, this is a math crossword puzzle. As you can see, look at the volume right here, 14,800 searches per month. So this is very in high demand, but the total results for this is only 1,213. So for the amount of demand there is for these types of books, there's actually not a lot of publishers publishing books for customers. We see a niche score here of 58, Titans Pro analysis, demand is a 7, opportunity is a 9. So there's already definitely a lot of potential here without actually looking at these books. But as you can see with the first row, #1 ranking, look at the estimated royalties, $1,000 to almost $1,600 per month. This one has a bestsellers rank of 11,976. The one right next to it, a couple $100 per month. Next to it, a couple $100 per month. And same with this one right here, upwards of almost $500 per month in estimated royalties. And if you look at the reviews for these books, I mean, generally they have very, very high reviews because essentially all these books are pretty much the same type of book with just different puzzles inside of these crosswords. And then here are some more books doing well. This one, almost $600 per month in estimated royalties, a couple $100 per month. This one is directed towards seniors. So there's already some sub niches there for seniors, for adults, for kids, for grade level. I'm already seeing a lot of different ways to actually attack this niche. Here's one for kids, addition and subtraction. Now let's take a look at this example. This is titled 300 Math Crossword Puzzles. So this includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division puzzles. Now this book, only 102 pages, 300 puzzles overall, and priced at $7.99. Looking at the cover here, nothing too crazy, but you don't really need crazy with this type of niche. All you really need to do is just show off one of your puzzles on the front cover and just have a decent looking cover. Book belongs to page, QR code right there. And then here are the puzzles. So he fit in 4 puzzles per page. There's a time here and then a score right here. And really that's all it is throughout the book. And as you can see, pretty much every page looks the same, except the puzzles are different. Now here's another math crossword puzzle book. It's done in a little bit of a different way. Now this one, as you can see, is a grid. And then you have your more traditional crossword where you have your across and your down clues. And these are just the problems here. Now, these are all addition, but obviously I've seen these where you can have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. You can make it really complicated, make it very easy, and then solution page right here. So this book has the puzzle and then the solution right after, which is definitely a way that you can do this. You could also put the solution pages all at the very end of the book, but basically pretty much the same page over and over, just a different puzzle. But obviously if you were going to do this by yourself, I mean, it would be extremely difficult to actually get through and complete this book just with the amount of actual problems that you'd have to come up with. So after going through this niche, it becomes pretty clear why more people don't create these types of books. It's not because they don't work, it's because they're harder to make. And that's usually where people stop. But recently, I ran across a tool that can handle most of the process for you. Instead of worrying about building everything manually, this tool can actually generate these puzzles automatically and customize it exactly how you want for your book. So what I want to do is to try out this tool and see how practical it actually is for creating a book like this. Now here's the tool that we're going to go ahead and try out to see if we can actually make these math crossword puzzles. This tool is actually called Sansu Royalty. I did show it off in a previous video. If you wanted to watch that, that was a little bit of a different type of math workbook, but this one's going to be specifically the math crossword puzzle. So if we just follow along on the left hand side here, we have these modes. Now I'm just going to stick mainly to pages because I want to create these one by one. But there is an option here to create in bulk. So you can actually create the whole book in one go. But for customizability, I'm going to stick to pages here. Now with the page size, there's a couple options here, popular KDP trim sizes. But for a workbook, specifically a math workbook, generally it's going to be 8.5 by 11 inches. So I'm going to stick with that. Now the language, there are a couple languages here to choose from. So that's actually really good if you're gonna focus on maybe expanding your reach to different Amazon marketplaces. This is a great way to do that. But obviously for this tutorial, we're gonna stick with English. Now with the math notation, we can use either the US or the European, but we're gonna stick with US. Math problems. Let's click here on templates. So we can see there's a bunch of templates here for addition, single digit addition, addition to 20, subtraction, multiplication, division, fractions, decimals, long division, percentage, order of operations, just a lot of options and a lot of templates here to choose from. This kind of seems like it never ends. Word problems, measurements, Roman numerals, and it really doesn't actually end. Well, it does right here at manipulatives. So let's go ahead and go back up here and let's go back to settings. Now here's even more settings right here. Now looking through all of these, this is a great way to actually create a full-on activity book with different types of templates and different types of problems, different types of activities. But obviously for this tutorial, we're looking specifically for math crosswords. So let's go ahead and go down this list. Word problems, measurement conversion. We have odd and even, bingo, spiral review, a math maze. That looks pretty interesting. What does that look like? Let's check it out here. And this is what the math maze looks like. That actually looks pretty interesting. Here's the would you rather. So that's actually kind of cool. Now I do see here math crossword and there it is right there. So looking at this page, here is the math crossword. Now there's not a lot of problems here. The next page is the answer page. So that's actually very, very helpful, very handy there to have it right there already auto-generated. Now when we look at this, minimum number 1 and then max number 9. And if I do 99, let's see what happens here. Oh, would you look at that? It actually added these problems automatically. Let's do 999 and it can get even more complicated. So for this, let's do up to 99 as the max. And then here, there's some options here for addition. So this is all addition. Let's add subtraction in here. And so there are some subtraction in here. I don't really see it. Let's go ahead and add multiplication. Now here are some with the multiplication and the subtraction is in there. And then if I add division, so this would include all 4 in here. And I can just keep clicking this to regenerate until I find something that I actually like, especially if it's something that's pretty small with not a lot of clues. You might want to regenerate these. So that's very, very nice. Now problem layout right here, grid size. Let's look at 7 by 7. So I would envision this if I was creating a math crossword book for kids. Maybe stick to 7 by 7, less clues and bigger spaces here. And let's go 11 by 11. Now this is probably where you start doing for teens, for adults, for grade levels, 13 by 13. This one for sure, math crossword book for adults. You can see there's a lot more space here. Let's regenerate the problem there. Now for this one, we're going to stick to 9 by 9. This one looks pretty good here. Let's regenerate this. And then now in the layout and margins, let's close this up. If we go ahead and play with this, what does this do? Okay, so we can go ahead and do this. And then the gap here. So you can move the puzzle down. Let's go ahead and move it down a little bit like that. And let's put the margins to 1 and let's put the gap like that. Now the next part is the typography here. We can change the font. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's for the solutions or for the clues down here. So let's keep looking here. So let's go ahead and just go back and let's choose this one right here. This looks pretty good. Grid label font. Let's go ahead and do the same thing there. and then title size, so we can make this bigger. So that's actually nice. Let's stick to, let's say 50. Now the next option here, puzzle font, we can go ahead and make this bigger, which is actually really good. That's what I want to do. I want to make it as big as we can right there. And then the next one is worksheet header. Now for here, we can add a name and date lines. Okay, that looks good. But for this, I don't really want to do that. And then you can actually even add a score. So maybe let's just add a score box right there. And then what is this? Math riddle decoder. So you can add another cool little activity on the bottom with a hidden message. Now this hidden message can be changed. Let's stick with math is fun. And then let's put the size up like that. And that kind of shrinks this puzzle here. So let's go ahead and make this smaller. And then let's go ahead and right here, puzzle font, that's fine, but I kind of want this bigger. So maybe we're going to take the score off. So let's take this riddle off. Yeah, let's take the riddle off and we can stick to this. If we have the riddle, kind of smushes, makes the puzzle here, the grid smaller. If I take the score box out, I mean, this could actually still work. And if I stretch this out, we can still get it work there. This actually is not bad right here. Let's make this just at 100% for the decoder riddle here. And then now let's move on to the next part, which is going to be solution and display. So here are the solutions. So we don't really need to actually do this because if we do that, it's going to show up right there. We don't really need that. Let's go ahead and delete that. Page numbers. We can have page numbers with this. That's actually very helpful. And we can have it in the inner, the outer, or the center, and we can change the size here. Very nice. And we can change the title. So we could do math crossword practice, or we could do puzzle 1. So as you can see, math crossword puzzle 1. And then that looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and look at the page here. So if we go ahead and click on this plus button, this green icon, it's going to create a puzzle 2. And now I actually just want this puzzle 1 right here. And this one, I want this to be puzzle 2. And what's nice about it is it actually changes these as well right there. And then from here, if I add right here, so there we go, math crossword puzzle 2, puzzle 3. It makes it very, very easy. Now, if I wanted to change things like, for example, the decoder message right here, they're all the same. Now I want to go ahead and change that. So if I go to puzzle 2, let's go over here to the worksheet header. I can change this right now. So instead of math is fun, we could do awesome. We'll go ahead and change this puzzle right here without affecting puzzle 1. Now, same thing with puzzle 3. You can change this. Math is hard, and so that changed it right there. And it's actually pretty easy to create this book. Now we have the answers at the back end right here, which is really nice because as you can see, math crossword puzzle 2. So very easy to go back up here, look at math crossword puzzle number 2. And one more thing here is that up here, there's some things here we can choose. Now let's go ahead and change this to blank, add a page. So this is a blank page right here. Now if I make it instructions, it adds an instruction page right here. And then if I add another one, but change it to copyright, and let's type in my name here. Jeff Set Life, okay. And then here is the copyright page, all done for me. So copyright page, instructions, and get rid of the blank page here. And then math crossword puzzle 2, but we really want the puzzle 1. So go ahead and add one right here and name this. We'll name this puzzle 1. And it's actually pretty easy to use this tool. So I already have 3 puzzles here. Let's add another one here, puzzle 4. I could just keep doing this until I have however many puzzles here. Very, very easy to do this. As you can see, generates these pages instantly. So if we go down here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So already 10 puzzles right here. And it's very easy. Everything's done here. So once you're done creating your book, go ahead and export this. We can choose solution pages at the end or after each page. I kind of like after each page. And then we're going to leave this as it is right here. We're going to export this as a single PDF and then download the PDF. Now here's what the book looks like. So PDF version, there are the answers. After every puzzle is the answer. And as you can see, this is just pretty much it. I just did a couple puzzles here just to show you what it would look like. But essentially, you're going to have as many puzzles as you need for a book. Typically 100 pages is kind of the minimum here. So for this type of book, 50 puzzles because we're putting the answers right after the puzzles. But as you can see, very easy to do. You see here, math is fun. The next one is math is awesome. Next one is math is hard. So as you can see, the customizability, there's a lot of things to actually customize with this puzzle. And generally, it's a very easy tool to actually use. And not to mention, I didn't even actually go through these parts, which is something that I could probably go through in the next video. But if you're interested in trying this math tool out, I'll leave the link down below. So overall, this is just one of those niches that just makes sense once you actually see it. The demand is there, it's consistent, and it's not something that really just goes away. The main challenge has always been how to actually create the book. But tools like this make it a lot more realistic and a lot more practical. So if you want to try it out for yourself, I put the link to the tool in the description down below. And if you want a better understanding of how all of this fits into KDP as a whole, you can also grab my KDP royalty roadmap. It's completely free, and it's just something to help you see how everything connects. If this video helped you see what's possible, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.